Hi, I am Bernard, the founder of PreviewLabs, a company specialized in rapid game prototyping. This means we make playable prototypes for games in a relatively short amount of time, typically 1 to 3 weeks per prototype iteration. In this presentation, I'm going to give a bit more explanation about the company, and I'm going to do this around 2 examples. The first example is a prototype for a tower defense game, which we made in 10 days by a single programmer. This is what you can see on the left here. On the right, you can see the full game developed by our client, which took 5 months by a team of 3. So this is quite a big difference. Basically, we achieve this by limiting the scope. One way of doing that is keeping the graphics simple. Simple but not ugly, so we don't distract from the gameplay. Here you can see the prototype design document. This is a document we create for each prototype iteration, in which we summarize what we will do. This is a good way of making sure that we are on the same page with the client, because we listen to the client's ideas, summarize it in this document, and then allow the client to review this to make sure we are on the same page. Also in the prototype design document is a list of tuning parameters. These are parameters that you can change in the tuning system that comes with all of our prototypes. This allows you to make certain changes, to tweak certain things, to try out different feature combinations, all while the game is running and without having to rely on a programmer and having to wait for a new build. The second example of a prototype is an educational 3D running game, which is basically a combination of a school test and a running game. And by answering questions correctly or wrong or fast or slow, you influence the speed of your character. Also for this prototype, we made a prototype design document. This is the one we did for the first iteration, and for this prototype we did 5 iterations, in which we fully fleshed out the gameplay and also answered a couple of technical questions to be ready for the production of the full game. Here you can see a few customer testimonials. As you can see, we've worked for all kinds of companies, both startups as established ones, each with their own ideas, which we then turn into prototypes.